What's up, YouTube? It's RSMario bringing you another anime video, and today it's gonna be pretty interesting because this list is so freaking long. I had to break the list up into 3 pieces. I didn't want to do 3 videos. I just broke it up into 3 pieces. All the time stamps are in the description if you want to, go to a specific list, or if you want to go to a specific show, you can do that. I split the list into 3 parts. Take a chance, which is basically it's a 50% chance that the show is going to be lame or it's going to be good. So, take a chance. Dark horse, which basically means this show is probably going to be good, but there's a small chance that it might not be worth the time over some of the bigger shows of the season. And then, of course, there is Gotta Watch, which means it's kind of self-explanatory. These shows you must watch. Also, I did one thing too. Is one thing that kind of delayed this video was I wanted to find the licensors or where you can watch these shows, like Netflix, Hulu. Netflix, Amazon, Crunchyroll, Funimation, High Dive. So I went and looked out to see, what shows you could. Where you can find those shows, because that's one thing that was hard for me throughout the seasons, is trying to find where to watch all this stuff. So found that for you. Let go.
Batic on my wrist, yeah. White diamond and them shits in pink, yeah. Got coin to go get a mink, yeah. New finger ring sit like a cent, yeah.
So the first anime for this part of the list is Bakumatsu. I'm a sucker for historical anime, even though the historical anime this season, unlike last season, seemed just a wee bit watered down with like romance and stuff like that, which is like, come on. But this one is by Studio Dean. It's an action historical samurai. Kyoto, Japan, the heroine meets a man who gives her a pocket watch, somehow leading to a Tori shrine, and suddenly it warps her to the Bakumatsu period. She meets a man who has crossed time and says, "I will live for you," and their love blossoms. Yeah, I don't care. I want to see samurais, but it's just interesting enough that it might be cool. Next one is also a historical one, and this one kind of pisses me off. Ulysses, Joan of Arc, and like the Alchemic Heroes or something like that. Okay, well, I heard that there was a Joan of Arc anime this season. I got hyped because you know what? I imagine stuff like Saber or like that chick from Claymore. It's just a badass chick, with, in a realistic story, killing British people. Sorry, British people. But, that's what I was imagining. No. Okay, the PV got like, a whole in the PV got Joan of Arc going from holy to hoe out this piece. Alright, I'm like, man, come on, Japan. Come on. Ingress. So Ingress is basically the anime based off the video game that would eventually spawn Pokemon Go. I have no idea what Ingress is, but the show synopsis sounds complex. So it's made by a studio named Crafter. I've never heard of them. It's action, game, sci-fi, mystery. It says a project was launched where scientists discover a mysterious substance that can interface directly with the human brain. The substance is called exotic matter. This exotic matter has existed since ancient times, influencing brain minds and the progress of humanity. So let's see, it represents both opportunity. So basically, it's about trying to figure out what's going on with this stuff. Because it's long, it's like a couple paragraphs long, but it should be pretty interesting though. But again, it's a Netflix show, so it kind of reminds me of Be the Beginning a little bit, which may not be the best thing, but definitely take a chance on it.
I know you'll write me off. I know you're always gonna count me out. 僕はずっと待っていたんだ。この森で6年間、君がやってきてくれるのを。なんだ、これは。僕はユージを。よろしく。ここはソウルトランスレーターが作る仮想世界。
ソードアートオンライン、Alicization.
Alright, so now it gets interesting. So we get to the dark horses. So first off, SAO Alicization. So SAO Alicization now, I'm not like an SAO hater. I don't hate SAO, you know, before episode 14. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a chance because they said Alicization is pretty much the guy who wrote SAO, like the original light novels. He learned from his mistakes in writing, you know, original SAO and Dungale, and this is like his A game. This is his final form in Alicization. So this should have better writing. So basically, also Kirito doesn't have a female companion this time. It's a dude. Alright, so no more of that, you know what I'm saying, harem stuff, maybe, kinda. You know, Kirito has to work with a dude, and they have to actually go by the story instead of like, oh, everybody loves Kirito, and then they fight something and then win.
ちょっとよくわからないっす。その自分、人間だったんですけど、刺されて死んで気がついたらこんな姿になってて。まだ誰も知らないフィクションの一つ、人間を襲わない。二つ、仲間を。
Isekai has reached its pinnacle. Now, this particular one, the time I got reanimated as a slime. So basically, a lonely 37-year-old dude named Satoru Mikami. These isekai dudes are getting older. Is stuck in a dead-end job, unhappy with his mundane life. Wow, why stop making anime about me? It's not fair. I'm gonna start suing people eventually. But after dying at the hands of a robber, he awakens a fresh start in a fantasy realm as a slime monster. As he acclimates to his goopy existence, his exploits with his other monsters set off a chain of events that will change his new world forever. So that should be pretty interesting.
彼らこそは脅威に立ちはだかる唯一の砦、魔法使い。溢れた世界。これは伝説の地ラディアンを目指す少年の物語。俺はラディアンを探しに行く。そしてぶっ壊す。空から怪物が降ってやりたい。魔法使いはお前らみたいなかっこ悪い奴らじゃない。瀬戸、一つ約束しな。化け物になるんじゃないよ。
So Radiant, this one right here is pretty interesting because it's a manga, kinda, but it's made by a French guy. So it's a Western manga. I guess maybe you could call it a graphic novel, but everywhere I looked, they were calling it a manga. So it's a manga written by a French guy that's being adapted into an anime called Radiant. And the, let's see. So it's made by Lurish Studio. It's action, magic, fantasy, adventure, and it's about a character named Seth. Is an aspiring sorcerer from the Pompo Hills area. Like all wizards, he is an infected one of the few living beings who survive contact with the Nemesis, creatures falling from the sky that contaminate and decimate all those they touch. Being immune to them, Seth wants to become a hunter and fight the Nemesis. But more than that, Seth wants to engage in a quest that goes beyond the simple hunt for monsters, and he wants to find the Radiant, their presumed cradle. Aided by a faction of fellow sorcerers, he travels the world in search of the Radiant under harsh scrutiny of the Inquisition. This show sounds kind of sick. It sounds like it could be like a shonen type of show, kind of like maybe Black Clover without the annoying voice. Should be pretty interesting though. This one right here is my sleeper. Like I probably should have moved this to the gotta watch category, but so far it doesn't have a license in America, so I don't know how. I mean, we might have to. It's probably a Netflix show, but hopefully somebody licenses it. But it's called Tonari no Kyuuketsuki-san. It's made by Axis Z and Studio Gokumi. It's a comedy slice of life supernatural vampire show. So basically, look, I can explain this one because I've read the synopsis like a bunch of times. So basically, it's like Dragon Maid, but replace the dragons with vampires. So this chick basically goes about her life. I think she ends up getting saved by this vampire chick. So then, the chick goes on about her day. She goes home. The vampire chick follows her home. They end up living together. The vampire chick doesn't attack people. She gets her blood. She orders her blood off the internet, and she also orders anime products. So she's an otaku vampire living with this chick. The comedy seems like it's going to be interesting. I mean, it's definitely pulling from Dragon Maid, but it seems like it's going to be interesting. So I had to give it a shot.
思い出してくれ君の使命を
グリッドマンっていうらしいよ。
グリッドマン知ってるんですか？
でどうまだ記憶喪失？
ダメだよ、定時に帰っちゃう。
戦わないと。
先生。
でもそいつがどこにいるのか。
私作ります。
また怪獣が。頼んだぞユータ。グリッドマン俺を呼んだよな。
ユータ君の使命を果たすんだ。
Now this one I put on the Dark Horse list. Originally, it was on Gotta Watch list. I dropped down to the Dark Horse list because even though I love Studio Trigger, their last outing with Max was passable. Next show is Gridman. I think that was more than like 4 S's, but whatever. So basically, Gridman is about a kid by the name of Yuta Hibiki. So he awakens from amnesia to find he has the power to see things that other people cannot see. One day, in the reflection of his computer screen, he sees Gridman. Gridman tells him to remember his purpose. Eventually, he goes along about his life until he sees a monster in the distance preparing to attack the town. What will Yubiki do? Probably die. But probably not, But yeah, it looks like it's gonna be interesting, but like Trigger and Mex, I get flashbacks of a giant chick in a wedding dress. I don't know. I'm gonna give you a shot, Trigger. I love you. I always love you, Trigger. I'm gonna give you a shot. Don't burn me, please.
Tell them I want no trip. Tell them my guns getting skinny. Tell them they starving for this. Give me the check, give me the throne.
so now we get to the big boys. These are the shows you gotta watch this season. I mean, well, technically you don't have to watch anything because you're free, but you know, these are shows that, at least under my advice, you gotta watch these shows. First one is Goblin Slayer. Goblin Slayer looks edgy as fuck. Like, seriously, just look edgy but awesome at the same time. And it's made by White Fox, so you know it's gonna be pretty good. Basically, it's about these people who go on an adventure. They get wrecked by some Vikings, by some goblins, and the Goblin Slayer comes in and wrecks house, saving their lives. And they have to go on an adventure with this psycho dude who wants to kill goblins. I mean, you can't get much better than that.
持ってたアイヌを皆殺しにしてな。裏話じゃなかったんだ。
殺されたアイヌたちの中には私の父親もいたから。
力を貸してくれ。目的は違えど道は同じ。目的は金か。煙のように逃げてやる。必ず仕留めてやる。私はお前の死神。生き残りたくば死人になれ。ただの金塊目当てじゃない。俺は不死身だ。Golden Kamuy!
Next we have Golden Kamuy! Season 2. Alright, Golden Kamuy is awesome. Okay. I did a review on Season 1 right here. So of course they left off on kind of a cliffhanger. They have to finish the story. So this is going to be Season 2. Hopefully this finishes the story, even though the manga is still ongoing. So that might not be the case. But yeah, Golden Kamuy Season 2 basically picks up where Golden Kamuy Season 1 left off. This one is a must watch.
Derrida Iben. 生きていてはならん男だ。
姉さん、逃げろ！マージを頼む！
撃て！
頼みがある。マージという女の子を探さなくちゃいけない。
Alright, I thought I had an English translation for this one, but I guess I forgot to put it on here. But it's RErideD Tokigo no Derrida. So basically, it's this dude. He's a development engineer. He wakes up in the future in a cold sleep, and his girlfriend isn't there anymore. And he realizes that something is wrong. And through a series of events, he ends up having to go back 10 years in time to save her from whatever happened to make her disappear in his current timeline, which basically screams erased with grown people. Well, I don't know, 10 years, he might not be grown, he might be a teenager or something, but it seems interesting. It's definitely let's see, it's a sci-fi. Don't know the studio behind it though, so that's interesting. But yeah, definitely want to check this one out. I wanted to put this one as a dark horse, but I'm like, nah, I'm in the sci-fi and it seems like a mystery too, so I just kicked it up to the must-watch list.
ある日、世界の海から魚が消えた。その原因は誰もわからぬまま10年の時が過ぎていた。魚を愛するすべての人たちに美味しいお魚を届けるために私たち宇宙漁師になります。空と海の間。
So this one right here is another. This was another like comedy. Like this one right here. They had me at Space Fisherman. All right, it's Sora to Umi no Aida, and it's by TMS Entertainment, and it's an adventure space show set in Onomochi City. 6 girls dreaming of becoming space fishermen. They aim to capture the god-eating monsters that leave fish vulnerable, as well as enemies in which they encounter. So they have to capture some monster that can eat gods. Like, this season is going to be like a uber fun comedy adventure. Unfortunately, I think it doesn't have a licensor yet, so yeah.
僕一人で死ねばいいのにさ。
諦めるな。お前は間違っちゃいねえ。きつい時には助けてと怒鳴れ。互いっては。
Next one is Karakuri Circus. So, Karakuri Circus by Studio Volin. It's an adventure mystery shonen. So this one right here is kind of interesting. Basically, the protagonist, Masaru, has inherited a big fortune after the death of his father. However, there are people trying to kill him for it. And of course, you know, a guy by the name of Narumi helps Masaru, tries to save him. So he gets kind of overtaken by these people with these powerful puppets. Another guy steps in with an uber powerful puppet from like France or somewhere, and basically, you know, he saves them, and it's a shonen about people battling with puppets. So like everybody is like, oh man, everybody is like Sasori out this piece. Everybody's got puppets. But yeah, I mean, I'm like, okay, I'll give it a shot. Come on!
私たち行きたい。目覚める。私何されたんですか？
俺はお前らをにする男、辰巳幸太郎さんじゃーい。ぶっ殺すぞ。ファーストライブ。ちょ待て待て、これは無理って。
This one I'm kind of mad at. It's Zombieland Saga. It's from Studio Mappa. It's an action horror supernatural, and we know nothing about this show. The only thing we know is it's by Studio Mappa, and it's confirmed to be on Crunchyroll. So thank God it's not a Netflix show. Another show here with no synopsis at all that also looks really good, and it's called Ken in Ken Aoki Kagayaki. It's from Studio Dean. It's an action, adventure, fantasy, magical, martial art, demon show. That's a whole lot of freaking categories to be in. The show looks really good. It's just we have no idea what it's about, and it's coming from Studio Dean, which is kind of questionable because Studio Dean they've done some really good stuff and they've done some really whack stuff too. So for it to not have any you know, any type of synopsis scares me a bit. And then we have, of course, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Golden Wind. So Golden Wind's gonna be pretty interesting. JoJo 5, finally, we get JoJo 5. And finally, I actually get to watch a JoJo show when it airs. I never get a chance to watch JoJo shows when they air, because, I mean, I wasn't into JoJo's back when, you know, 3 and 4 were airing regularly. I didn't get into it until much later. And now this is going to be my first time watching the JoJo show as it airs. I'll be able to have all the nice little water cooler talk. If you want to talk to me about JoJo's, throw it in. I'm going to do a first impressions video of the show, so we can talk about JoJo's in the comments. Alright, so it's going to be pretty interesting. That's about it for this. Never get a chance to watch JoJo shows when they air, because I mean, I wasn't into JoJo's back when, you know, 3 and 4 were airing regularly. I didn't get into it until much later. And now this is going to be my first time watching the JoJo show as it airs, I'll be able to have all the nice little water cooler talk. If you want to talk to me about JoJo's, throw it in. I'm gonna do a first impressions video of the show, so we can talk about JoJo's in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, peoples. And as always, keep it real.
New paddock on my wrist, yeah. White diamond, them shits in pink, yeah. Got coin to go get a mink, yeah. New finger rings it like a Saga.